Alright, so I've already gotten started out here. What I'm doing is taking away some of this mulch that I had put down, just pulling it away and getting down, taking these leaves, putting them in a trash can and shredding them up. I haven't finished this one yet. I'll show you when I'm done shredding this just how fine you can really get them. I'm using a weed eater because I believe it. I mean, these were already, well, I guess I'll show you the contrast between the two. That's where I'll go. So these leaves were already ran over with a lawnmower. And I just picked them up from the side of the road, whatever. But you can see, like, they're chopped up. You see some grass clippings mixed in there. They've already kind of started hot composting a little bit from when they were sitting. But you can see, like, yeah, I chopped them up and got the surface area down, you know, compared to a whole leaf. But you know, they're still not super fine. And this obviously is better than whole leaves because their whole leaves will get matted. But I wanted them finer than this because I want them to break down even faster. So what I'm doing is going back, putting them in this trash can, using a weed eater to get them even smaller. And I have just started on these. You already see how much smaller these are. But here, I'll just go ahead and finish doing this and you'll see just how fine they get. All right, so I'm finished, you know, weed eating what I have in here, and I want you to look at how fine all of that is. This is super, super fine. So this will break down very, very fast over the winter. I'm gonna do a side-by-side comparison of some chopped for some leaves that were mown over. These are leaves that were mown. Leaves from the weed eater. Look how much more surface area that is. The more surface area you have, the quicker they'll break down. Now, the reason that I'm going back and removing some of these wood chips and putting down fresh leaves is, well, you know, I just thought that looking at nature, there's more in the fall. You know, when God does his covering and fertilizing and everything throughout fall and winter, he has the trees drop more leaves, obviously, than he does, you know, big pieces of wood and wood chips and, you know, stuff like this. You know, he'll use those few branches, but a large majority of what falls are leaves. You know, and leaves hold and contain all the minerals and nutrients from in the soil that the trees have been pulling up all year, and they store them in their leaves. So when God has them drop them in the fall, they're not only covering and acting as a mulch for the soil, but just as it rains and the soil microbial life breaks them down, those nutrients are being released back to the surface of the soil to, you know, in turn feed the trees, you know, keep that cycle whatever going. And it is an amazing worm food. Worms love this stuff. I was watching a video from, I want to say Grow It Build It, I believe. You know, he has some great videos just on the benefits of fall leaves, and also his website has some even more in-depth information of the benefits of fall leaves. But yeah, you can go check him out. Just his videos, his updates on the autumn leaves that he added to his garden, just how amazing his results have been. But yeah, so these add a ton of nutrients, and they also have a lot lower carbon to nitrogen ratio than, you know, these big wood chips do. So they break down, not only do they break down a lot faster, I mean, not only do they have a lot more nutrients, but they break down a lot faster, you know, releasing them a lot quicker. So that's my reason for going in behind this. You know, this is my first time doing it, so, you know, I'm excited to see what the results will be. This garden has been in here for, I want to say this is its third year. 19, 20, yeah, I believe this was his third year, second or third year, one of the two. But you know, even with just wood chips on it, you know, it produced great for me. It doesn't really look like anything now, just because, you you know, it's the end of the season, and I just put a coat of wood chips over it to, you know, dress it up a little bit, make it look a little nice from that end of the season ugliness. But yes, I mean, it grew great with the wood chips, don't get me wrong, but you know, I'm just adding these leaves just to see if I can speed up the process just a little bit more. And even Paul Gauchi talks about it, you know, if you watch the Back to Eden video, when if you pay attention to what he says, when he tells you to get wood chips, is you want the wood chips to be 90% needles, leaves, and twigs. That's what you want the majority of the wood chips to be, because that's where all of the nutrients are. That's where the vast majority of them are in our store. That is up in the leaves and the twigs, you know, up close where the leaves are, you know what I'm saying? So it only makes sense to add a bunch of this stuff. So it's a quick update. Usually it takes about, apparently, a growing season for them to break down. If you mow over them, it's about 6 months, 6 to 12 months, just depending on where you are. I believe, this is my theory, you know, I'll be able to go back and see that having them chopped up this fine could very well cut that time in half. So we'll see, but that's what I got going on out here. All right, peace.